How would it feel to have a relationship that is connected and passionate and real? How would it feel to be with a partner who cares as much about you as you care about them? No more drama, no more games, no more online merry-go-round. Hi, I'm Anitastoudmire, and welcome to the Better Love Movement. I want to teach you the skills necessary to attract and keep the amazing love that we all desire. Working with me will help you to uncover those love blocks that we all have. Many of us are pushing love away and we don't even realize it. But you can learn the skills necessary to attract real, genuine love and an amazing partner into your life. It starts with you. Connect with me now and let me guide you to the most amazing relationship possible today.
Good morning, and it is early Sunday. Was it Sunday morning? Oh God, I can't even keep up with the days, y'all. 8:40 a.m. and I just wanted to jump on and talk with the ladies this morning. Gentlemen, if you want to eavesdrop in, you are welcome to do that. All I ask is that you be respectful and kind, okay? But this is actually for the ladies, as most of, if I'm being honest, most of the content I make is for the ladies. I started my platform because I was very passionate about working with women and getting women back to the place where I feel like we need to be. And based on the last reel, the last post that I posted where I showed the women and how they dressed at the BET Awards and where the music is going and just the culture in general around women, it's not good. And I need you to understand something. Sometimes people they'll blast me for posting that stuff. They'll say, well, why are you posting this? Like, I thought this is not what you're about, or, you shouldn't be posting this, and you're just fueling the division and this, that, and the third. No, I'm not fueling the division. Okay. The division is doing just fine without Anita. The division and the culture is doing its thing. Okay. I am simply shining a light on what's already there. So don't go there. Don't go there. You'll get deleted. You'll get blocked. Okay. Don't do that. Critically think. All I'm doing is showing a video of a woman who went out publicly naked. Okay. So stop acting like I'm the problem. Okay. Stop. Don't do that. All right. That's a real fast way to get you escorted to the door. I'm not the problem. Okay. I'm shining light on the problem because I want to bring awareness to the problem, because that's a part of solving the problem, is we have to know what we're up against. And what we're up against is an agenda, like on so many levels. On so many levels. We are in a time where they want to feminize men. They want to demonize healthy masculinity. They want to weaken men with pornography. I also posted quite a bit about pornography, but that post didn't go as crazy viral as the other one. We are in an era where, female empowerment is basically female exploitation. That's not empowerment, baby. That's not empowerment. Exploiting yourself and exploiting your body and your sexuality, there's nothing empowering about it. Okay, you're confused. And having sex with a bunch of men for free. I don't support you doing it for pay, but you're not even getting paid. You out here having sex with a bunch of men for free. Help me to understand what's empowering about that. Help me to understand what you're getting out of it. Because as I've said many times before here on my platform, a lot of y'all ain't even getting a nut. Okay? So a lot of y'all don't even enjoy all the sex you're having. So help me to understand so I can make it make sense. It don't. But women have got to reclaim their femininity and their true feminine power. And it's not in going out half naked. It's not in having a bunch of, casual sex with men. It is not in being a boss babe, a boss bitch, or whatever they call it, and making a whole bunch of money. That's not your power. That's not your power at all. And we as women, see, this is what you need to know. And if you looked at your history, right? If you're familiar with your history and you looked at your history, civilizations fall when the women in those civilizations become base, when they become degenerate. That is the first sign that a culture is in trouble. When its women stop doing what God put them on this earth to do, that's a problem. That's when we gonna start seeing problems. So that's my target audience right now. And the younger the better. The younger the better. And I had a gentleman who posted, oh, well, this has been going on for hundreds of years. Don't do that. Don't do that. Stop doing that. Okay? I'm not going to sit here and act like there have not been loose women. There have not been Jezebel women, because we read about Jezebel in the Bible. So we know that, yes, there have been loose women. There have been Jezebel type women. Women who went out and were inappropriate. Sure. That's been around since Jesus. However, what we are seeing today is unprecedented. What we are seeing today is where the majority of people are either, so this is what I see, this is what's so concerning about it. The majority of people are either doing it, co-signing it, or having nothing really to say about it. Oh, me and the hand gestures is going to get all kinds of things. The thumbs up, the balloons, sorry about that. So I got to be careful about my hand gestures. But when you have the majority of people doing it, co-signing it, or not railing against it. Okay, so if that's 80% of people, then you're going to have a problem. Okay, so the small percentage that's doing it, the maybe bigger percentage that's like, oh, yeah, I think it's totally fine. It's not what I would do, but I think it's totally fine that they do it. And then the third group, which to me is the biggest of all, which is people who are just not going to speak up and speak out about it. If they like it, I love it. Or, live and let live and all of that. Okay. And I consider myself to be somewhat libertarian. Now I'm becoming more conservative because I'm seeing the effects that this type of behavior is having on other people, good women, great women. You got men now. This is what's sick. It's a sickness. I've already talked about this. It's a virus right now. You got men, and some of these men are older. That's what's really sad. Some of these men are in their 40s, 50s, 60s. I have 60-year-old men that look at stuff online, look at stuff on the internet, or watch YouTube videos, and now it's got them believing that most women are sexy red. And I'm like, bruh, you're 60. What are you talking about? You 60 years old. You mean to tell me that in 60 years of life experience, you have not seen women that are not like that? You have not seen good, virtuous, modest, faith-filled women? Like, what has made you think in this short amount of time that all women are that? All women are, Ice Spice and, all these other girls. No, they're a small subset of women. But now you got men out here trying to date women, talking about, yeah, and y'all need to submit, and all of y'all are freaks and hoes and this and that. Okay, what is making you think that that's a good way to start a dating relationship, talking like that? It's really sad. All right, let me pull out. It's getting sad. It's getting sad. But you got a percentage of men, and it's definitely the younger men. But here's the thing. I don't fault the younger men because they haven't lived that long. Like, this is actually what they're coming up in. So of course they think that most women are that. Most women are loose and 304s and all of that. Of course they think that because they're 25. They're 30. But you're 40 and 50 and 60, and you believe in this whole, oh, this is all the women out here and passport bros, and that's why we can't mess with Western women. All of them are crazy. All of them want your money, and all of them do this, and all of them, like, really? All right, I'm going to see if I lose the connection here because I just pulled away from the house. So I have been ordained to talk to women. and to try to be a voice of reason, to try to be a beacon of light, and to try to do it with love. Okay, I'm trying to. I had a client yesterday who was like, okay, I know you get passionate and riled up. I do. I get really riled up. I get passionate, y'all. But she said, I want you to be sweet. I want you to, keep your tone low and be sweet and try to appeal to more women, like, not bring the fire and brimstone. And she's right. She's right. She's not wrong. I just get so fed up. I get so fed up and I get so, and I get riled up. All right. So I'm going to try to keep this sweet. I'm going to try to keep it because that's really who I am, y'all. It really is. When people come into my counseling practice, that's the thing that's the compliment I get the most is this, I'm so sweet and non-judgmental and kind and warm. And I just want everybody to have a good life. That's what most people say. And that is true. But this culture get me riled up. I get mad. And it's righteous indignation. It be righteous anger. Okay? Because I want the best for us. I want the best for everyone. I want everyone to experience genuine love. I want every woman to have a great man who is a healthy masculine man, who is smart and strong, who's a good leader, who's kind, who's confident, like, oh my gosh, all the things. I want women to experience that. I want women to experience true masculine leadership. Okay, so this little talk is entitled How to Be Appropriately Vulnerable. And I'm finding out that a lot of women don't understand this. They don't understand that the way to a man's heart is actually through your heart. It's actually through your femininity. And it's actually through your vulnerability. And the reason why you have an entire era or generation of women who are like, get his money, get his bag, get him to buy this, get him to do that, get something from him, because number one, they need to work on their self-love and, their self-worth, right? They need to develop that within themselves. And number two, they need to work on being appropriately vulnerable. They need to know how to truly connect with a man through his heart to your heart. And a lot of women just don't know that. They don't know how to do that. They're afraid of doing that because of their trauma. They're afraid of doing that. They're afraid of, actually being appropriately vulnerable and connecting and really letting someone see them and then them see the other person. That's a lot of people. And I'm not going to address the men today. I'll do that in another video, but, the men too. The men, not all of them, because like I said, I've been living 56 years. I have lots of guy friends. Well, when I say lots, I mean like 4, okay? Because somebody said, lots? What do you mean lots? I got 4 male friends, okay? 4 male friends, 1 bestie male friend. And I have a male friend that I have been friends with, y'all, for 36 years. Like 36 years. So obviously, there are men in this world that see women's value beyond their sex organs, right? I know that a woman does bring more to a man's life than her sex organs, because these are men that I've never been sexual with. I've never been sexual with these men. I'm gonna have to move my phone. I thought it was gonna be a cloudy day, and it looks like a sunny day. We're gonna see. I'm gonna leave it, and we're gonna see how long it lasts. But I've never been sexual with any of these men. And so one would have to ask, like, why? Why do they keep calling? Why do they keep texting? Why do they keep, being a friend? And there's some men on here that might think, well, they just waiting it out. They waiting their turn. 30-some years is a long time to wait for some vagina. like, nah, come on now. Like, let's critically think. Why would a man wait 30-something years for his so-called turn with Anita? That don't make no sense. And in all them years, he can't get some other vagina? Like, come on, stop it. Good morning, Alta. Stop it. What y'all don't want to understand, and maybe it's because you've never had it, there are men and women that can be friends. And here's what I'm going to tell you. Those men and women are emotionally mature. They are sexually disciplined. They're not, kids, like they're conscious. That's another thing. We're conscious people. We're emotionally mature. We're sexually disciplined. That's it. And we're willing to see the value in a person beyond their sex organs, beyond their, sexuality. So if you're not able to do those three things, you're right. You're not going to be able to be friends with the opposite sex. But I have mastered that. As I told y'all, I was raised around nothing but men. So men ain't nothing but a thing to me. Men are gross. Okay? Men are gross. Like, I date y'all, I love y'all. I've been married to y'all, but I know what I'm getting. I don't pedestalize men. No. And y'all ladies need to stop doing that too. Men are nasty, okay? Men are gross, okay? And, it takes a very special man for me to want to go there. So, yeah, no, don't do that. But unfortunately, because of all the wounds and the trauma that people have experienced, they developed a lot of limiting beliefs, a lot of limiting mindsets. I find a lot of men like to self-soothe with women. Yep. Well, that's not self-soothe. That's called co-regulation. Because self-soothing means you can do it on your own. Right. So it's not self, it's co. They like to use women to co-regulate. They're not self-regulating. They are co-regulating. And I 1,000% agree with that. And ladies, you need to be aware of that. You need to stop being, as Tony Gaskin say, the human teddy bear. Stop being a man's human teddy bear. Stop letting him pick you up and soothe his wounds and then put you down when he feel better. That's a video for another day. On to vulnerability. So ladies, how do you connect with a man through his heart? How do you, let's call it what it is. How do you get a man to fall in love? Right? Number one, you be a safe person. You be someone who's safe. Okay? That's the number one thing. Be a safe person. Be safe. Be self-aware. Don't be reckless at the mouth. Okay? Be a safe person. Number two, be connected. Be connected to the emotional side of yourself, right? You have to get comfortable with expressing your thoughts and your feelings, and be authentic. Be authentic. Be yourself. Don't try to be someone else. Don't try to people please and be what he wants you to be. Like, be you. Those are the type of women that men fall for. Women who are authentically them. They kind of have a, this is it. This is it. Take it or leave it kind of, not to say they're perfect, not to say they can't grow and be better, but they're comfortable with being themselves, right? They're comfortable with being their authentic self. And they are appropriately vulnerable. They are appropriately vulnerable. They're good listeners, and they know how to keep a secret, They know how to keep their mouth closed. They don't use what's said to them against the man. They don't use his words against him. But they are very much connected to their heart. Women who are connected to their heart, and they are brave enough. They're brave enough to show that to a man. Those are the women that men fall in love with. Women of high self-worth. Women who know their worth. Women who ain't just, giving a man everything from day one. No, I know what this is. I know what I bring. I know the power I have, and I need to determine if you are worthy to receive it. Okay? Women who are strong in a healthy way, not in a toxic, independent, I don't need no man kind of way. Because remember, the feminine power is inner strength. It is an inner strength. It's a quiet strength. It's a, if I have to cut you off strength, you will never hear from me again. Okay? That's what the feminine strength is. I'm quiet. Okay? That's what a lot of women need to learn how to do, is have a quiet feminine strength. Okay? And the strength to cut a man off. That's a feminine strength. Without all the rah-rah. You just quietly go away. Okay? That's what you need to master. But the most important is the vulnerability. Okay, the vulnerability of being able to share what you're thinking and how you're feeling at any given moment. Here's what the vulnerability is not, and this is what I'm seeing a lot of women do. It is not sharing your insecurities with a man. It is not self-deprecating. As I tell, this is the first thing I teach women in my feminine course. Don't you ever, 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 ever talk bad about yourself. I don't ever talk bad about myself. As far as I'm concerned, I'm the ish, okay? I don't ever talk bad about myself. And you shouldn't either. There are lots of people out there who are going to do that anyway. Why would you be one of them? The number one person that should have your back is you, okay? So don't ever self-deprecate. Not even in jest. I don't even do it in jest. People notice that. They're like, you don't even do it like playing around. No, no, because I love myself. So they think sharing their insecurities or oversharing. Oh my God. Oh Lord. If I had a nickel for every woman that come in talking about the things she shared on the first, second, third date, even within the first month. Oversharing is not being vulnerable. Quite the opposite. Okay? And then you think because a man tell you about some story about his dog dying when he was 8, you think he's vulnerable. No, he's not. That's not vulnerability. That's him being transparent. That's him being open. You need to know the difference. Remember, we talked about the 4 things that are necessary, right? The 4 things that are necessary, and y'all can't even do 2 or 3 of them. Like, y'all struggle with about 3 of them, right? You struggle with about 3 of them. But there's 4 things that's necessary. And we should be getting that back from a man, and we should be giving it to a man. Okay, hold on. What I need to be saying, I'll cut you clean off. That's right. That's right. I got a sharp knife in my drawer. Everybody know it too. I never share with a man what I'd have a problem with him bringing up later. Yeah. Be mindful. Be wise. Okay. Be wise. Some of y'all be, sharing your insecurities and so you giving ammunition. Don't do that. I give up. Western women are a one-way street. Okay. And if that's what you believe, that's exactly what you will experience. So you're right. You should give up. Because I'm going to be honest with you, you're never going to have beyond what you believe. Once you believe, like once you get that in your system, once you believe it, then that's what's going to be true for you. And keep in mind, I'm an energetic spiritual person. So people who come on here and they push against that, okay, like I said, no harm, no foul, because I know the results you're going to get. Like, I know what's going to happen, and whether you believe it or not, it's just like people saying, oh, I don't believe in God. I don't believe, okay. And again, all right, that don't mean it ain't so. Like, that don't mean it ain't true. He said it's an experience, not a belief. No, it's a belief now. It's a belief now because of experience. I have experienced a lot of men who are feminine. That does not make all men feminine. So, I've experienced a lot of feminine men. And yet, masculine men still exist. And you know why? Because that's what I talk about all the time. I talk about the goodness of masculine men. I talk about male leadership. And guess what? That's all I see. That's all I see for the most part. Every now and again, a feminine man will sneak in there. But for the most part, I know and work with and see masculine men. Well, Ross, you are part of a moving company, so quietly move on. Okay. Yeah, that's all. But that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother live. So you're not gonna fully get that. You really believe that, what you see is what you should believe. Whereas I don't work that way. What I believe is what I see. Okay, that's how I work. If I believe a thing, I will see a thing. So it's the opposite for me. He says, I'm not from here. So the women in other countries, I'm from South America. Okay. Like I said, if that's what you believe, that's what you're going to see. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. But ladies, I'm seeing too much. I got my morning voice. I'm seeing too much oversharing. I'm seeing too much, and it's a part of people pleasing. That's what the oversharing is. It's like me, like me, like me. Do you like me? Let me share, or I need a therapist. That's what a lot of that oversharing is. I need a therapist. I need a best friend. I need some friends. I need people that I can talk to about this stuff. This is not stuff you should be talking to men on a date. Nope. Nope. I'm a tight clam. I'm a tight little clam. And like I said, slowly but surely, that clam will open. And when it open all the way, guess what the man's going to find inside? A pearl. Remember that analogy. Remember that analogy. I'm a tight little clam, and that clam will open slowly but surely. And when it gets all the way open, the man will find a pearl inside, a precious pearl. Okay? But when I first come, and I don't know if you've been to the beach lately, but clams, the little outside of it is, ugh. It look horrible. It look horrible on the outside, and you get that clam open, and there's a beautiful pearl on the inside. So, and ladies, that's not to say you should look horrible on the outside. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying sometimes we will find a thing, and we don't really know what it is. We don't know how precious it is. We don't know the value of it. We think, this shell, this is nothing. And we pry it open and we find a precious pearl. But unfortunately, many people in today's culture, they care about the outside. They care about what it looks like on the outside. And if the outside doesn't look all shiny and new and fancy and, you're not willing to pry it open. You're not willing to take the patience and the time to pry it open or to bring it open. Good morning, LeVar. So, yeah. All right. But ladies, you're sharing too much. Let me give you an example of what being vulnerable is like. Okay. And I'm going to give you a couple of examples because people often say, well, give us an example, All right. Let's say you're going out on a date. Let's say you haven't been out in a while, and a man that, you have some interest in, has said, yeah, let's go out. Let's go out to dinner, or let's go bowling or whatever. And you go out on the date and, you get a little flustered or you feel a little nervous, right? And I believe that while men are clueless, they're not stupid. Like, that is my belief. Men are clueless, but they're not stupid. And so, he can energetically feel like, what is going on with this lady? What's going on with this girl? Right? And so you could say something like, it's been a while since I've been out on a date and I'm feeling a little nervous, right? Or I'm feeling a little anxious. That is what appropriate vulnerability is. Vulnerability is about expressing what you think and how you feel in the moment. A person telling you a difficult story, a tragic story, a heartfelt story about something that happened 20 years ago, that's not being vulnerable. That's them being open or being transparent. And hopefully they're being honest. But that is not vulnerability. Vulnerability takes so much courage because it's something that we're speaking on in the moment. In this moment, sitting here next to you, I feel a little nervous. I feel a little anxious. That's it. And then you put it out there. You let it be out there. You're not even sure what you're going to get back. You're not even sure what you're going to get back at that point. Okay? And that's why it takes bravery, because you could be met with a guy who just dismisses it. You could be met with a guy who calls himself like trying to take advantage of what you said. You could be met with kindness and empathy. You could be met with anything, if I'm being honest. But what I like about vulnerability is it's a wonderful, wonderful test. It's a little test, and we're not doing it as a test, but it is a good test of the man and who you're dealing with, right? It's a good test of the man's emotional availability and emotional intelligence. Like, we're going to find out what this man is made of when we're vulnerable. I can use it in another way. I can use it in a way of a man. Maybe he says something. Maybe he says something off color, right? He says something off-putting. He says something off color. I can use it then too. Like, and he goes, what? That was really inappropriate. Like that comment really made me feel uncomfortable. See? That is being appropriately vulnerable. So I can check a man from the depths of my soul by saying, oh, that was wildly, inappropriate. That was really uncomfortable. Or y'all know how I feel about men talking about their exes. If the chatter keep going and I look bored, so that's the first thing I do is just look like this. What's going on with you? You look bored. Because I am. This conversation about your ex-girlfriend, this conversation about your ex-wife, it is boring. See, that's being appropriately vulnerable. Let him know in no uncertain terms you are not interested in talking about other women. We're here on a date. We're here trying to get to know each other. And yet, a lot of this conversation has been about your ex-girlfriend. And then again, you let it be out there. That's what a lot of women are not. They're afraid to do that. You're afraid to make a statement and say nothing else in response. Nothing. Make the statement, say nothing in response. Okay? Be brave enough to make it and let it be out there. That's it. Okay? You don't need to, again, you don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to, ask him. No, I just make the statement and I just let it hang in the air. Get comfortable with the uncomfortable silences, ladies. Get comfortable with the uncomfortable silences. Because a lot of you all are not. If there is a lag in conversation, you all want to fill it with words. Don't do that. But if that man gets defensive, if that man gets angry, if that man, calls himself, oh, it was a big deal, we're just talking. No, it doesn't feel good. Like that is appropriate vulnerability. It doesn't feel good to be out on a date with a man I barely know and to feel like I'm in a therapy session. Like, I kid you not, I use those words. This does not feel good to me. I do not want to be your therapist. I do not want to talk about another woman, and I'm sitting here at the table with you. And look, another woman that I don't even know. And she could be well within her right to have let you go, because maybe soon enough, I'm going to find out why. I'm going to find out why she not with you. There's a gentleman I dated last year that I'm like, yeah, now I know. Like, like, now I know why these women left you alone. See, I found out eventually. Yeah, now I know why you are divorced. Now I know why the last relationship you were in ended, and the other ones, and yeah, I now know why. So you got to be strong, and I mean inner strength, inner feminine strength. You got to be strong enough to be vulnerable. You got to be strong enough to get comfortable with uncomfortable silences. You have to be strong, but you do not need to spill your guts all over the table and tell the most inner workings of your life and the inner workings of your mind and your heart. That's not vulnerability. But vulnerability is being authentic. Vulnerability is speaking in the current, right now. This is how I'm feeling. This is what I'm thinking. That is being vulnerable. And maybe those feelings are, I'm feeling a little sad. I'm feeling a little anxious. I'm feeling very uncomfortable. I'm feeling a little angry, a little frustrated, a little annoyed. See, that is healthy vulnerability. Okay? And so you've got to get stronger in that area, because that is how you connect with a good man. That's how you connect to a good man's heart, is sharing things, And this, again, when I say appropriately, you are going to share things with him based on, the levels of the 7 levels of intimacy. That's an excellent, excellent book. Matthew Kelly, I recommend everyone read it. If you as a woman, you struggle with like knowing what to share at what point in your getting to know you journey, I want you to read the 7 levels of intimacy. And how about this? You don't even have to read it. How about this? I'm about to put y'all on game. You ready? You don't have to read the book. If you are interested in the 2-page synopsis, if you are interested in the 2-page synopsis of the 7 levels of intimacy, I want you to email me. Email me at info@betterlovemovement.com and I will send it to you. How about that? You ain't even got to read the whole book. I'm going to send you a 2-page synopsis of the book and you will see the 7 levels. And I want you to determine, I want you to put your own timeline beside each one of them. So this is what I'm willing to share. Level 1, I'm willing to do that in the first 30 days. Level 2, the next 30 days. Level 3, the next 2 weeks. Level 4. See, just map it all out. But there are 7 levels of intimacy. And you're not supposed to go to level 7 on the first date. That's too much. You're doing too much. Okay? But email me at info@betterlovemovement.com. And I will send you the 2-page synopsis. And what I want you to do, ladies, is I want you to take so it's going to give you the list of all 7. I want you to take a pen or a pencil and beside each one, map out the timeline and stay within that timeline. So level 1, I'll do that in the first couple of weeks. Level 2, maybe the next couple of weeks. Level 3, the next month. Level 4, now we're talking about 4 or 5 months. Like, yeah. I have my own timeline when it comes to the 7 levels of intimacy. Because think about it like this. These men, they have not earned your story. They have not earned the right to your story. Okay? There are intimate details of your life that, in my opinion, a person needs to earn it. They need to show that they're trustworthy. They need to show that they're safe. I keep drilling this into y'all. Y'all keep throwing pearls before swine. You keep throwing things out before these people you don't even know. No, you have to determine if this person is safe and trustworthy. Because if they're not, no, baby, don't give them your diamonds. Don't give them your pearls. What I tell women all the time, if I gave you a case with $1 million in it, and $1 million ain't gonna go so far right now. I understand. It's rough out here, y'all. It's rough. I gotta do my budget today. I am literally in dread. I am literally gonna sit down at my computer. I had a dream about it. That's how in dread I am about my budget. Okay? I'm in dread. Okay, she said, can you repeat the email address again? I'm gonna see if I can put it on here. You ready? I'm gonna put it on here. I'm gonna pin it. Because you're right, other people might not have gotten it. Okay, let me see if it'll let me pin it. There we go. Okay, there we go. All right, so that's my email address. All right, and remember, y'all can email me. You can email me if you have questions and such. You can email me. But if you are interested in the 2-page synopsis of the 7 levels of intimacy, just email me, okay? At info@betterlovemovement.com. I will send it to you. That way you don't have to read the whole book. But what you got to do is, he's going to give you the 7 levels, and I want you to take a pen or pencil, and right beside each level, the time frame or what needs to happen in order for you to reveal level 1, level 2, level 3. For the record, level 1 is like just any and everybody in the street, right? The barista at Starbucks or the waiter or, somebody at the post office. Like level 1 is just, basic information, how you doing? How's your day? Blah, blah, blah. That sort of how's the weather? That's it. Oh, it sure is hot today. That's level 1. Evolving Lulu 74 says, Anita, I tried getting to know a divorcee and said to myself, I can now imagine why his ex-wife left him. But of course, he painted himself as the victim who had an ungrateful wife. Yeah, right. Yep. That happened to me. Again, I always think it's a red flag when, there's multiple divorces, oh, they left me. Thank you so much, LeVar, for buying a badge. I appreciate you, sweetheart. Thank you. They left me. I'm like, yeah, because they should have. Because they should have left you. They should have left you, and I'm about to find out why. Okay, so, and I do, y'all. I try to be open. And just, okay, let me go into this with an open mind. But I told you, I put a lot of men on mute. Okay, info@betterlovemovement.com. Yes, just email. Yep, you sure can. You sure can. But the 7 levels of intimacy, and that is a good guide on how to be appropriately vulnerable. That's a great guide, and it's going to give you, here's what is discussed, and here's what, you're willing to give a person at each level. Right? So the waiter, I'm willing to say, hey, how's your day going? Yeah, it's hot outside, isn't it? Like, that's it. I'm not going to sit there and talk about, like my grandfather dying, come on, y'all. Stop. Don't do that. Okay. But I'm seeing ladies doing that. Y'all are giving too much too soon. And it's because the man hasn't earned it. And it ain't a man thing. It's a people thing. People have to earn your story. People have to show you, not tell you. They have to show you that they're safe and they're trustworthy. They have to show you that they actually care about you. Y'all are sharing y'all story with men that don't give a fig about you, that don't even like you. What I look like sharing the intimate details of my life with men that don't know me, don't like me. What I look like doing that? I'm not doing that. Like, what a waste. What a waste of all my good, no, I'm not doing that. So y'all, please vet better. Okay. Even friends. There are friends out there that don't know all the intimate details of my life because they haven't earned it. They haven't proven themselves to be worthy for me to share all the intimate details of my life. No, I have some. Now, look, y'all, I got some friends. That know where my skeletons are buried. I got some of those friends. But we talking 25, 35 years. Okay? They know where the skeleton is buried. They like, Anita. They know what I'm saying. But, and then, this is the other thing I want you to think about. Ladies, there are 3 levels to us. There is the public us, right? You all are witnessing the public me. So there's 3 levels to every person. The public me. The second level is the private me. And if you have not been in my home, if you have not been, in my home, my car, that's the private me, right? A lot of y'all don't know that me. There is a public Anita. There is a private Anita. Third level, you ready? There is inner Anita. The inner parts of me, the inner workings of my mind and my heart. The most vulnerable part of me is inner. I can count on one hand how many people know that Anita. Okay? People have to be worthy. People have to earn the inner you. And you all are just giving it away for free. You're just giving it away to strangers, giving it away to people who don't even know you. No, you got to, everybody don't even know the private me. Can I be real? There's people at work. There's people, I go to the same grocery store, so everybody there knows me. Everybody there knows me at Walmart. Everybody there knows me at Target. TJ Maxx up the street. People know me. Hey, they know me. They know the public me. They don't know the private me. They have not been to my home. They have not driven with me in the car. They know the public me. Then there are people who know the private me, right? My inner circle, my friends, and I'm gonna say my friends. And some of them I'm friends with on Instagram. Some of them I'm friends with on Facebook. Okay, so they know more of the private me. But the inner me is a small group, very small group. That's what a lot of ladies need to learn. Thank you, Garland, for buying a badge. I appreciate you. Thank you. So that's, y'all gotta be more selective. You gotta be more selective. You letting everybody have access. You letting everybody know the public, the private, and the inner you. No. No, that's why everybody don't come over to my house. That's why I got the background check. That's why I got the background check. Okay, I don't know you like that. And y'all just be letting anybody, in your essence, in your space. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay? But being appropriately vulnerable it's going to take bravery. It's going to take courage, to say, hey, I think being vulnerable is also telling a man what you authentically want. Hey, I want to be a wife one day. I want to have a family one day. And at this stage in my life, I'm not willing to accept anything that isn't that. I'm not willing to accept a situationship. I'm not willing to accept friends with benefits. I'm not willing to accept casual dating, past 2 months, 3 months. If we're consistently dating for 2 or 3 months and you're not really sure, I don't know, I need more time, I'm just going to let you go off and do what it is you really want to do. Like I don't have that kind of time anymore. And so, you have to be appropriately vulnerable to do that. Like, yeah, this is kind of the path that I'm on. And I get it. You may not be on that path. You may be on a companionship path or I'm just bored path or I just want to get laid path. I'm not on that path. I'm on an intentional, I'm looking to do something real. I'm looking to get to know someone in a real way. Now, ladies, this is where I got to check you. You are not going to get to know a man in a real way for a long-term, relationship or marriage if you are prioritizing all the wrong things. That's how you all are shooting yourself in the foot. You're prioritizing all the wrong things and you're wondering why. Oh, why can't I make this long term? Why aren't men interested in marriage? Why? Because you're prioritizing all the wrong things. Remember, women know they know how to love, they just don't know who to love. Women know how to love, they just don't know who to love. It is innately put in every woman to love. Now, some of y'all done had that squeezed out of you by this sick, degenerate culture. But for the most part, I still believe that. Women know how to love. They just don't know who to love. You all choose all the wrong men to give all your good loving to. And I've done it. I've done it. I'm not sitting here looking down on any of y'all. I've done it. And when it's over, I'm like, why did I give my good love to this man? Why? This man is not worthy. This man is, oh God, why, Anita, why? Like I just spent many a night. Why did I give, this man is not worthy. He is not worthy. So, but you have to lead with the right things. You have to lead with your heart. You have to be appropriately vulnerable. You have to lead with your femininity. You have to lead with depth. Because here's the thing that y'all need to realize now. People would rather go wide than go deep. They would rather go wide. They would rather be superficially like spread out than to pick a spot and go deep in that spot. But you can't be afraid of the depth. I'm not. That's what runs a lot of men off. Look, we go out or we talk on the phone and they're like, oh Lord, she going there on the first call. Like, yeah. And this is what you can expect. So if you don't like this, yeah, you need to leave Anita alone. You need to leave Anita alone. Anita is trying to get to know you, get to know your mind, get to know how your mind works, get to know if there's a level of compatibility there. Like I said, anybody can get a tingle or a spark with anybody. That's easy. That's easy, especially for a man. A man can look at a fat tail and be like, ooh, that's my soulmate. Like, no, it's not. No, it's not, because that fat tail is like, eventually it's just like, it's a fat tail. Like, okay, she got some big old yitties. Okay. Like, that's going to become like, No, you got to go deep, baby. You got to go deeper than that. Okay? So stop leading with all the wrong things. Stop leading with, the low effort date and all that crap. That's for users. That's for women who are looking for a good time and not a long time. Women who are enthralled by all these fabulous dates and all this, spending money and flashy clothes and the car and all of that. Those are women who are looking for a good time, but not a long time. And remember, I'm speaking to women who are marriage minded. So if that's not you, you don't need to drop in the comments. You don't need to do all that. You don't need to do all that, okay? I'm talking to women who are marriage minded. I'm talking to women who want a husband. All right? If that's not you, you don't need to drop in the comments. That's just not you. I'm a high value woman. I deserve a high value date. I deserve a man to put forth a lot of effort, and I don't want no coffee, and I don't want no walk, and I don't want, okay. That's not, okay, go on now. Go on. We okay? It's okay. If that's your standard, keep that your standard. I'm gonna check in with you though. I'm gonna check in next year and the year after that and see what's going on. It's okay. Okay, is this a lady or a man? Face and Body by Mona. I think it's a lady. 5 first date questions for marriage women. Is this a gentleman or is this a lady? Let me know. So you want questions to ask him, or if it's a man, you want questions to ask her. But I've already done so many videos on this. But what I'm gonna tell y'all, the first thing I'm gonna tell y'all is find out about the family. Please find out about the family. Okay, lady, find out about the family, man. Please. That's the first thing. Once you determine a level of attraction, find out if the man is safe. Find out if the man, can offer you a level of safety and if he's trustworthy, and find out about his family. That is the most underrated thing that y'all don't ask about at all. Y'all don't ask about people's crazy families. And then you be knee deep in some craziness. And then it not only be the craziness of the family, that craziness done rubbed off on him. like now you gonna see why he's the way he is, because these are the people that made him. These are the people that made him. So if there's any addiction in there, if there's any alcohol abuse, if there's any drug use, if there's any traumas, if there's any sexual abuse, if there's any codependency or narcissism, these are the people who made him. Okay? My husband is a raging NPD because his mom was an NPD. Like, the apple did not fall far from the tree, y'all. The mama is a crazy codependent NPD person. So yeah, that rubbed off. You gotta find out about that family. Ask about that family. What's your relationship like with your mother when you were young and what it's like now? What's your relationship like with your father when you were young and what it's like now? Do you have any siblings? What's your relationship like with them? And if you hear anything crazy, anything weird, I don't really talk to my mom like that. Really? For how long? Oh, it's been years. Well, what caused that? What caused that rift? Like, that flag should be going, whoa, okay? Nah, no. And y'all want to move forward. You want to move forward with these people. Come on now, dig deeper. That's what I mean by stop going wide, go deep. When I ask you a question about your mother, I don't just stop there. Every answer leads to another question about your mother and your relationship with her. Stop going wide, go deep. Okay? That's the first thing. But please find out about a man's family. Find out about his relationship with his children, if he has any. Again, that is a big blinking, oh my God, why is he my kids in 3 years? Just get up. Just get up. Just, I kid y'all not. Just get up. That's what I'm going to do now. I'm not going to lie. After the last man I dated, if I hear I don't really talk to my kids like that, my kids don't really do nothing for me for Father's Day, I'm just going to get up. I'm just going to get up from the table. I kid y'all not. And he going to be left going, huh? What just happened? I'm just going to get up. Because you're not going to convince me that that got something to do with you. You just not. You just not. There's men on here right now going, well, the mother's keeping me from. No, you really not. You really not. I've fallen for that too many times. I'm not falling for it again. So not a good relationship with the children, whether they're kids or adults. Bad relationship with the mother, bad relationship with the father, no relationship with the mother, no relationship with the father, raised by the grandparents, raised by an aunt. Age of first sexual experience. I usually talk about sex. That's another thing I talk about. And again, I'm comfortable talking about sex. I know a lot of people are not, but I have to teach y'all what sex positive is. Sex positive is not showing up at the BET Awards with your breasts out. That's not sex positive. Sex positive is being able to have deep and meaningful conversations about sex, about what sex really means, about the spiritual aspect of sex, about sexually transmitted diseases, about frequency and what you do and what you don't do, and fetishes and kinks and all of that, about first sexual experience and how it made you feel. That's sex positive. There are people in this world who would rather have sex with a stranger than talk to that stranger about sex. That's weird to me. That's weird. Okay? And there's nothing sex positive about it. It's just gross. So, yeah, I have deep conversations about sex. Now, I don't have it on the first, second, or third, fourth, fifth date. At some point, I do. Because if I'm being honest, usually by the third date, the man is sweating me to have sex. The man is trying to have sex with me. So now I have to go there. Now, I don't go there sexually. I go there talking about sex. And I let him know this is a kind of a clinical conversation about sex. I'm not having sex with you, but I have no problem talking about it. So, yeah. But please find out about that family. Please. Some people, their marriages are being done in because of this family mess, this family trauma, and now they knee deep in it. And they're like, Lita, I'm trying to get out of this. I'm trying to swim to the shore. I'm all the way. I'm up to my chest in this family drama, dysfunctional mess. I said, you should have talked about this in the first month. In the first 30 days, you need to talk about sex. You need to talk about that family. You need to talk about, see, y'all be playing, and the job and how much money they make in the car and all this stupid crap that does not matter. All the stuff that ain't going to raise your child, that ain't going to, that is not going to develop that person's character. That's what y'all want to talk about. That's what y'all want to talk about. All the stuff that don't have nothing to do with his integrity. Nothing to do with who he is. Nothing to do with his integrity. Well, he drive this and he do this and he had these hobbies and these interests. Okay, that's again very surface stuff. And he got this and he's been here and where he's traveled. Okay, that doesn't have anything to do with his integrity, but okay. Okay. You better talk about that family. Every chance you get, you better talk about them kids. And that last divorce, that last 2 or 3 divorces, that's what you need to talk about. Okay? Talk about them multiple divorces. What did you learn? What was the part you played in your relationship ending? And remember, you don't have to make it a judgment fest. You don't have to imply that he's a horrible person, but you can speak in such a way so that it feels safe. The person wants to be vulnerable. The person wants to be open and honest and transparent. That's it. That's what I do. I make it a safe, non-judgmental, unconditional, positive regard environment. And the men they just open right up. Open up like a jack in the box. Like I just turn that little handle and pop. All the stuff pop out. That's it. That's it. You got to learn how to do that. You got to learn how to have a good poker face. If you hear something crazy, if you hear something ridiculous, if you hear a deal breaker, you have to learn, oh, really? That makes sense. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that sounds really hard. Oh my gosh, I can't even believe it. For sure. See, you got to learn how to do that. Y'all be like, oh my God. Oh my, see, and you done gave yourself away. You done gave yourself away. Now he got to backpedal. He got to lie to cover up the truth. No, don't do that. Just be just as cool and calm and collected, and then you just phase right back out like, nah, I ain't doing this. I ain't doing this. I remember when I was young, this is a funny story. I was living in Atlanta. How old was I? 25. I was 25, living in Atlanta, living my best life. And I went on a date with this guy, and we was hitting it off. Like we were having fun and we were hitting it off. He was fun, right? That's what I remember. Him just being really fun, very open and fun. And he very casually was saying something about, I think if a man has a sexual experience with a man, like if he has one sexual experience with a man, that doesn't make him gay or something to that effect, right? I kid y'all not. I was like, really? Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, I guess I can see that, blah, 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 right? I went home. I went home. I told my roommate, I was like, yeah, girl, I ain't never dating him. I ain't never going out with him again. Like, we good. And look, I just phased that right on out. But he would have never known it in the moment. He would have never known in the moment what I was thinking or what I was feeling. I was like, yeah, okay. And we was having a good old time, right? I went home. I was like, yeah, I'm good. Y'all got to learn how to do that better. Okay? You got to learn how to do that a little bit better. All right? But vulnerability is key, ladies. That is how you're going to connect with a man's heart if he's a good man. And here's what I love about it. It's a great litmus test for if he is a healthy masculine man. Because good, healthy men, securely attached men, they want to love. They want to take a chance on love. Now, like I told y'all, because a lot of people have been burned, because a lot of people have been broken and traumatized by other people. There's a lot of men out here who are never going to remarry. They're never going to take a chance on love. You don't want those men. Can I be honest? You don't want those men. Leave them men alone. Leave them men to the hoes. They keep talking about the hoes. Let the hoes have those men. Let them use each other. Do not let them use you. Okay? You want good, healthy men. Men who know how to vet women. Men who know how to determine when a woman is safe, when a woman is feminine. Those are the men you want to go after, and those are the men you want to be appropriately vulnerable with. And when they prove their worthiness, when they prove that they are safe and they are trustworthy and they are kind and they are willing to be equally vulnerable back, those are the men that you're going to be more and more and more vulnerable with. That's it. The men who can actually commit, the men who actually want something real, yeah, those are the men that you open up with. But y'all are out here, going to level 7 with men that have not proven their worth of value, that men that, are not vulnerable, are not, willing to fall in love. Okay. You're giving it all to the wrong men. That's the truth. You're giving all of the best of you to the wrong men. And then what's happening is, what I see happen over and over and over, women experience an emotional burnout. They experience an emotional, physical, mental, spiritual burnout. They're just done. I'm done. These men are crazy. No, the men you have dated are not good. And you have to be willing to say that and own it. There are lots of amazing, beautiful, wonderful men out here. Men who want to love. Men who want to experience a good woman's love and care and all the things. But you got to be willing to open up to those men and to find those men and to choose those men. Like I said, women suck at choosing. That's the reason why I wrote the book. Y'all are horrible at choosing good men. It's like 100 men are in a room, and I kid y'all not, there be one bad guy in the whole 100, and y'all will find him. Y'all will overlook 99 good men to give yourself to that one guy that is avoidant, don't know how to love, don't love himself, don't know how to be emotionally vulnerable, don't have emotional intelligence, got all this dysfunction, and y'all will find him and try to love him. Try to love him into goodness. Try to love him into being masculine and all this. No. No. Okay? So just understand, being able to speak about how you feel and what you think in that moment. Being able to disagree is a part of being vulnerable. So a man says one thing and you don't agree. And you say, yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if I agree with that. Right? And you don't have to be disagreeable. That's another thing y'all need to learn, is how to disagree without being disagreeable. I don't know about that. I don't know how I feel about that. Or I need to think more about that, because the immediate response in me is like, no, I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. But, I could be wrong. I say that a lot, in front of men. I could be wrong. Let me think more about it. But just that initial response in me says no. See, it takes a level of vulnerability to disagree with a man. to say, no, I don't agree with that. But you got to learn how to do that without being disagreeable. Okay? But be appropriately vulnerable. And I believe the 7 levels of intimacy can help you with that. If you would like a 2-page synopsis of it, you are going to email me at info@betterlovemovement.com. And that's where you're going to start. You're going to learn about the 7 levels, and you are going to determine the timeline in which you will go to each level. So just like the last video where I talked about the stages of sexual access, to me, that's just life. That's just life. That's how I live life, in stages. And I've told many women, feminist women, that you will not have it all. That's what burns me about this culture. Y'all want everything all at once, all, what's the movie where it said everything all at once, just y'all want everything. And y'all want it to happen all at once, all the time, No, life is not like that. Life is about stages. Life is about easing into things. That way you can ease out of it, But if you jump in and you jump into the swamp and you find that it's quicksand in the middle, now you clear away from the shore. How you gonna get out? No, you ease in. And if ever you feel something that's not solid, you ease out. Like you go, oh, okay, let me ease out of this. That's it. But y'all want to dive in. And then you realize, this is not good. And then how you gonna get back? Life is about stages. It's like peeling back an onion. And if anything else, that's what a lot of people have said about me. Now, I tend to be aloof. I'm working on that. I'm working on being less aloof. But I tend to be very aloof about things, like, until it hits, it don't hit. And it's like peeling an onion. It's like layers of an onion. Keep going, keep going, keep going. But y'all just want it all like now. You want to know everything, and you want instant relationship, instant marriage, instant family. No, it's not. Life is not meant to be lived that way. It's meant to be experienced in stages. Because if ever, like I said, you get to stage 2 and you like, I don't want to go to stage 3. I don't want to go. Okay, then you back on out. You get to level 1 in intimacy, level 2, level 3. I don't want to go no further. Then you start backing out. Okay, that's what you do. Okay, so this your auntie telling you. And I'm telling you this because I don't have no skin in the game. Like I don't date women. I don't sleep with women. I like men. So that's why I want you to know and believe my advice and my information is genuine. Okay, I've lived a long time. I have a lot of firsthand experience. It's not theory. Now, I'm also professionally trained. So a lot of people you got to be married to give advice, and you got to be. Okay, I was married. I can give you advice on, what not to do. I can give you advice on how to avoid being divorced, because I am. Okay, if I'm being honest. So let's not act like people who have been married and are now divorced don't have wisdom and knowledge to share with you. Yes, they do. Yeah, they do. Okay. Yeah, they do. I got a lot of wisdom and knowledge. I have 56 years of living on this earth, and 5 different generations. So, and then I'm clinically trained. So let's not discount that. I don't know why people feel the need to come on people's platform and do that. Try to discount, based on their relationship status. That's silly. That's incredibly immature. And that's usually like, are you okay? That's usually my response. Are you all right? Are you okay? Because you're showing your slip. Like, let's not do that, okay? So I have no skin in this game. There's no reason for me to lead you astray. The other thing I see a lot is men saying, you gonna keep women single. I'm gonna keep women out of bad relationships. Yeah, you're correct. Yep. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna keep women from dating men like you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You right. You right. Okay? I'm gonna keep women out of bad relationships. You are precisely right. That's actually one of my goals. That's in my, that's in my goals that I'm trying to achieve with women. Keep them out of bad, abusive toxic relationships. So, yeah, because I actually believe that a woman is better off on her own than with a toxic, abusive, dysfunctional man. I do. See, I own that. She said, yes, no more bad relationships. Yeah, I own it. So again, men are trying to find the diss. They really are. You're single, you're divorced, you've got a dog, you've got cats. Okay, where's the diss in that? Like, help me to understand. Where's the insult in what you're saying? And you trying to keep women single? Okay, what's wrong with being single? Like, I can't make this up. Like, I'm trying to figure it out. What's wrong with being single? What's wrong with a woman at some point, and this is rare, this is a rare woman, but this woman does exist, where she has decided to be single. She has decided not to marry. She has decided not to have children. That's a very rare woman. But, okay. There are women in the Bible that, yeah, what is the name? Naomi? Yeah, my husband died, my sons died, and now, I'm widowed, and that's that. Okay. So, again, I'm trying to find the insult in all of this. And I can't. It's frustrating. So, yeah, you don't need to do that. It's okay. And God knows there are thousands upon thousands of Instagram platforms and YouTube channels that you can head on over to the red pill and talk about how I'm completely crashed through the wall and don't nobody want me. Head over there. Head over there and do that. I'm good. Okay? I'm perfectly good. All right? But ladies, we have to get strong enough to be vulnerable. We have to have the courage to be appropriately vulnerable. You need to know what that looks like and connect with a man's heart. What do I always tell you all? You all are so worried about their money and getting what they have and all of that, when the reality is this, that when you have a man's heart, everything else comes along with it. Everything else comes along with it. Once you have that man's heart, once that man genuinely loves and cares about you, he's going to move heaven and earth to give you whatever you want and do whatever you want. That's it. Y'all are going after the wrong thing. Okay? But here's the reality. Here's the truth. A lot of y'all have work to do. There's a fear around being vulnerable. There's a fear around really being seen. There's a fear around falling in love. So that's the work you got to do. That's why women, they don't want to go that route, because they're afraid. They're afraid of a man seeing them. They're afraid of being vulnerable with a man. So, and it's scary. Y'all, I am a former fearful avoidant. I worked very hard to become secure. I can still get triggered. I can still get triggered by a man looking in my eyes like, what you looking at? I can still get triggered. The only difference now is I'm aware of it. I say it. I actually verbalize it. I can be triggered into my fearful avoidant ways. Okay? It's scary. And yes, you don't want to fall for the wrong person. You don't want to give your heart to the wrong person, but vet, take your time, do your due diligence, do your homework, do the long division. Okay? That's the answer. Stop walking around closed up, closed off to something real, to real love, and do the work. Do your homework. Stop rushing in. Stop, projecting and leading with all these crazy narratives. That's the answer, okay? All right. Have a great, great Sunday. I love you all. Thank you so much for joining the live here on Instagram. If you're watching this on YouTube, I need you, and I know you are, because guess what? I don't post my lives. I don't post my replays on Instagram anymore. If you want to see this in its entirety, you have to head over to YouTube. And the channel is Better Love Movement. Okay? That is where all my lives live now. I do not repost them to Instagram, but you can head on over to YouTube and you can watch this video in its entirety. And I hope you subscribe and I hope you thumbs up this video. Thank you so much. Have a great day. And as always, stay open to love.